Hello everyone, I'm your host Leo. Welcome back to my channel where I speak about women in alternative, rock and metal music. Freeze the Fall is one of the many bands that my community has recommended to me, and they are one of the few gems that I personally absolutely love and have on repeat in my playlists. And today I have the absolute pleasure of taking the time to interview them. Whether you know the band and you want to learn more or you are discovering them, take a seat, grab a drink, and let's take the time to chat. I am really excited to talk with them because they are very young, but they are already so prolific in their music and creativity. And one thing I can tell you is that if the future of music and creativity looks like Freeze the Fall, I think we are in good hands. Arya, Quinn, Jonah, I'm so happy to have you. Can you introduce yourself quickly for everyone who's going to be watching?
Yeah, so my name is Quinn. I'm the vocalist and the guitarist.
My name's Jonah, and I'm the drummer.
And my name's Arya, and I'm the bassist and backup vocalist.
And we are Freeze the Fall. We're a band from Canada.
Yay! First question is going to be, your last year's been quite big, I think. Like, you've had a tour, you've released another EP with a vinyl release, which can be quite complex, so congratulations. You've also all graduated high school, which which may be the biggest thing, because like this part is done. So I wanted to know if now your plan for the three of you is to focus on Freeze the Fall. Is it like the full-time plan?
Yeah, so now Freeze the Fall is very much like the main focus. All of us do have academic goals, though, that we are pursuing alongside that, but the main focus is the band.
Yep.
Nice. I have a few questions kind of on how you like manage the band, because I've seen that you did an auction recently in order, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in order to finance your gig at Louder Than Life, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
How did you get this idea and how did it play out with your community?
Yeah, well, we just figured that we had so much stuff. Just
Yeah.
set lists, costumes,
And old stuff from music videos and stuff.
Yeah, and we figured people would probably love to, get their hands on that stuff, and that would benefit us as well because, to travel to another country, especially for a show, like if you're working, it's a lot. It's a lot financially. So
Yeah, when you're like a newer band, and it comes to like having the money to get to places, it can be pretty tricky because money's tight. So our manager's been very helpful in coming up with creative ways on how to like raise money and fundraising and stuff. So that was one of the many ways we have gotten closer to our goal.
yeah, and the community response has been great. There was a lot of engagement with it, and people were really excited. And even the people who didn't have it within their budget to spend money on that auction had fun just like looking through it, and it's been exciting for everyone.
Just reliving like old memories and stuff of when we first released the music videos. You're like, oh, that's where that is from, like that kind of thing. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think maybe some people are like, when this band is like super big with millions of fans, I'm gonna have a collector item. Collector?
Yeah, collectors.
Sure.
Now, kind of in this same vein of like, how do you support yourself? One of the things I always wonder personally for a young band is how each of you are supported by the people around you. How like were the people in your family, your friends supportive of that? And like, how do you also personally get this strength, to do that? Because following your dreams that young is tricky.
Yes.
You just go one at a time kind of thing.
Sure. Do you guys want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I think that all of our parents are very supportive, but I'll just speak on my own. So my parents have always liked music a lot, and they're not musicians themselves, but they've always been supportive of me as a drummer and have always paid for lessons and for opportunities for me, things like that. So they've always been really supportive since day one, and now that I'm doing this with these guys here, they're still really supportive, and they think that this will be a very cool future for me that not many people get to have. So they're very supportive of me. And as far as my friends, they're also pretty much as supportive as they can get. They come out to our shows that we have here in Kelowna, BC. So yeah,
Yeah.
just great people.
I'd say more or less the same thing with my family and my friends. And then I think it's also important we do a really good job of supporting each other, because the three of us are very good friends, where it's like if the band were to just not exist tomorrow, we would still spend all of our time together. Don't worry, the band's continuing. We know each other very well. We've obviously spent a lot of time together, and so we just know each other's like emotions and body language and all that type of stuff. So we're good at checking in with each other. And then for myself, I'm very, very introverted, so I know I need a lot of alone time. So I also make sure, especially on tour, that I'm getting that time to kind of recharge and feel ready to play and to keep working.
Yeah, pretty much same story for me. One of my parents is a musician, so that's how I got into playing music. And they're both, they play a big role in supporting us and stuff. All the parents do.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're very supportive. Friends come to shows and stuff. And pretty much same story as these guys. Nothing to add.
Yeah, we're very grateful for all the support.
Yes.
That's nice. You've released 2 EPs, and if I remember correctly, I've watched one of your interviews from the beginning of the year. You were mentioning working on an album, if I'm not wrong. Is there anything you can share about that?
Not much, but we can say that the album is done.
Okay, wow.
Working on it musically. So we're just really excited to get it out there, but it's pretty hush hush for right now, so we can't share much.
Yeah, there will be music soon though.
There will
be, yes. Soon.
The first single is like
not far.
She was about to say a date and you're like, no.
I was to be like, no.
No, I was just thinking soon, but yeah,
soon.
Stuff will be coming out soon. So
yeah, we're really excited. I know, at least for myself as an individual, I definitely feel like this is more, like I feel like you kind of find yourself a little bit more for how you want to express yourself with your instrument with every project and every song that you write. So I definitely feel like this is the most accurate representation of my vocals and my guitar playing. So that just makes me that much more excited to share the art with people. And I just want it all out already. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good way to put it. And I feel like as like a new band, like we've only been a band for a couple of years by now, we're still trying to figure out what our sound actually is. Like it's still evolving, right?
And I think it's always going to change as we change as people. You know, it's not like we're going to find our sound and stick to that. I think we're always going to be trying new things and experimenting.
Because like that would be boring, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta try new
yeah, so we're really excited for people to hear what is in store.
That's nice. And how long did it take you to like write it and then record, produce?
We could do like a timeline. We started writing it like not in December of 2025, right? Or late 2025?
I have no idea what the date would be.
We started the first time I heard an idea for the album was September 2024. That's like when that's when we started talking about, because we would have been
writing. It's so weird where there's always overlaps, you know, because like, for example, right now, no one has heard our new album, right? But it's done and we're already writing the next. So it's so weird because the public is still in like the Red Garden era.
So we're like,
I think it was, I don't really remember, but I think it was the same type of thing where, you know, the Red Garden was like in the process of coming out and we were already writing for the next project. So the timeline is always so weird. Like
a rough estimation, we kind of started at the end of 2024 and have been writing it throughout 2025, and now we're going into the visual part.
I thought it was 2027 this year. I was
no.
That's my bad.
Not yet.
She's living in the future.
It's so confusing now.
Yeah, I was like, December 2025. Damn, they write pretty fast.
But yeah, we were writing the music for about a year and a quarter, if that makes sense. But now we're going into, like, we recorded it. Now we're going into the last finishing touches. And,
Yeah, but the last handful of songs writing before we like went into studio for the full length album, because we kind of break it up. We go into the studio for like 4 songs, leave
Oh,
for a
yeah,
few
that's what
months,
we did
come
this
back
time.
again, because it was too much with school and everything to
Yeah.
just do it all. But the last batch that we went into the studio with, we wrote probably like 4 or 5
4
songs
in like 2
in
weeks.
2 weeks,
Yeah.
it
which
was crazy.
Yeah.
usually like we take our time with writing. Obviously with a business there will be deadlines, but us and also just the people and the team around us know that we really like to have as much flexibility with the art as possible. And so yeah, but that time even to write like 1 song in 2 weeks would be kind of like whoa. But we wrote like 4 songs in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and
we
they all
pulled it
turned
off,
out
though.
yeah, they all turned out really, really good.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah.
My next kind of like batch of question is kind of going to be about like your creativity and the process around it. And one of my question is, when you have your song, how do you, because you have a very visual universe, whether it's like many pictures or music videos, it's always very strong visually. And I'm wondering, like, when does this happen? Do you have the inspiration as you write? Do you have the visual inspiration before? How do you craft that once the song is done? Like, if you can walk me through that process.
That's
well,
a good question.
first of all, thank you for noticing that. We
Yeah.
really,
Of
really
course.
love when people notice all the visual stuff because
Yeah.
we just love storytelling with visuals.
Mm-mm.
Do one of you guys want to answer?
Yeah. So I mean, most of the visuals usually come after when we are making the music videos. Like they'll usually come then. But we also, while we're making the concepts for the albums, we'll usually think of a lot of the visuals then. Like we'll make Pinterest boards and stuff while we're conceptualizing the album, because it's all like the Red Garden is like all one big story. So we'll have pictures usually for each song and then each music video as well for like what we want it to sound like. Like if you have like this dark like snowy forest kind of thing, like what does that sound like?
Yeah.
So we're just trying to like capture the vibe of what this is going to be like in pictures.
I think what you said with Pinterest boards, we always use Pinterest.
Yeah, for sure.
I love my Pinterest users.
Yes.
You can always tell.
We just really love making a Pinterest board and being like Jonah said, what does this sound like? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So it's kind of it kind of goes throughout the whole process, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because also sometimes like there are specific things you can add in the mix to have the ambiance, and I was wondering like, how do you guys do that? Kind of in the same vein, since you're talking about conceptualizing, like having inspiration, you like work around concepts when you write your EPs, at least like the ones you've put out. And like, correct me again if I'm wrong, but I feel like people and artists who are going to go through that process of like not having an album but a concept album, there's often, if not always, like a story they want to tell or a message they want to share. And either, if you can't tell me much about like the next project, you can focus on the Red Garden, but I wanted to know like, what would you like to share and express next?
Well, I think something that's been continuous and just consistent throughout our whole journey is we love creating characters that represent different elements of society or different emotions, and we love just kind of commenting on what it is to be a person in the world, whether that be kind of talking about a general experience that we see or just our own experience and how that connects to like the general experiences of everybody. So I'd say that kind of throughout our journey, it's always just some sort of commentary on what it is to be a person in the world, which I know is very broad, but I'd say that's a lot of what we talk about, I would say.
Yeah, another thing we often do, at least on the last 2 things we've written, is everything has at least two meanings. So there's oftentimes like a meaning within the lore, like what's going on in the Red Garden or in this new concept album, but then there's also it connects to real life. So you can kind of look at it. Even sometimes there's three if the music video is telling its own story.
Oh, yeah, true.
There can be up to three meanings per song,
but they're all interconnected. It's kind of like picture like the Red Garden, for example. It's like the whole thing does have a story, but think of the whole story as a metaphor or like a mirror, like a reflection of society. So yeah, everything does always have a lot of meanings, but we really enjoy seeing people's interpretations of it.
This one is going to be much more precise. It is, you shared that like something you like when you go live, something you like to pay attention to is matching your outfits. And I am curious because like I feel like if you do many shows you have to change and everything. I'm wondering, where do you source this outfit and how do you like pay attention to matching them but at the same time like keeping something that each of you is comfortable with?
That's a great question.
Yes. We all have like, yes, we want to be kind of matching and at least in the color schemes, but we all have very distinct styles. So it's really important for us that like with shows and stuff, you can see our individual styles as like with the whole picture. Yeah. And so our manager, she does a lot of the sourcing of our costumes.
But we tell her what we are looking for. We make, again, Pinterest boards, and there's a lot of back and forth. Something that's very important to us as well is not sourcing our outfits from anything that's like fast fashion. We don't like that. We like to thrift. We like to do research before we purchase the item. That was kind of less of a thing when we first started because, you know, you have so many things that you're dealing with, and the outfits are kind of like in some ways the last thing on your mind about where you're sourcing them. But nowadays we definitely are very conscious about where we are finding these outfits and just making sure it aligns with our own values. So I'd say a place we've been getting a lot of outfits from lately is Cider. It's like an online shop. Yeah, you know it. Okay. We like something there, and I don't know, just kind of all over the place. But fast fashion is not our vibe.
Yeah, and I'd say what's really important for me specifically live is just that the outfit's comfortable for me to drum in, because it's like a very difficult workout up there. It's important for me to have my arms being able to be flexible and nothing's like getting in my way. So that's also really important.
Yeah, and honestly, I know at least for myself, it's like difficult, or it has in the past been difficult sometimes to kind of know what I'm gonna wear, because especially, you know, like we started when we were younger, it's kind of difficult to connect to what you're wearing when you also know that there's going to be a lot of judgment, whether the judgment is positive or negative or neutral. Like it's kind of difficult sometimes to step up on that stage and be like, to feel confident in the way that you are expressing yourself, your movements, your outfit, all of that. So I know at least for myself as an individual, that has been a whole journey in itself. But we really enjoy playing around with outfits, makeup, hair, all of that stuff. It's just that in itself is a storytelling aside from the music, you know? Yeah, we really love that stuff.
And I love that too. That's something I love seeing. I kind of have my last little questions. So I love, you know, on my channel, I really focus on women and from alt to like metal. So can each of you share a recommendation of one or several like female artists?
Sure, like specifically in like rock and metal, or like any woman?
Anyone, like someone that you really love and listen to.
Yeah. Okay, then go.
Okay. I have one. So Violent Vera, I would definitely recommend to anybody. I just recently got her new album like on vinyl, and yeah, her music is just so cool. I love her voice, and if you like kind of like hard rock / metal, you like a bit of screaming, some heavier instruments, but also like you like you know, melodic female vocals as well on top of that, it's like that's the band to check out for sure.
She's super cool.
Yeah.
She's awesome. For me, I've been really into like shoegaze stuff lately, and two artists that I've recently found, one is called Soulless and one is called Goth Candy, and they're both pretty underground right now, but they're both very cool. I love their vibes. So if you're into like sad, kind of messy sounding stuff, I would
love that.
recommend Solace or Goth Candy.
I love it. I think for me, an artist that comes to mind, I'm not like super familiar with their stuff. I know a few of their songs. I mostly see them around on Instagram, but there's like an all-girl group called Venus Girls. They're out of the UK, and they're very like witchy, like they're like rock, but it's very accessible. It's very melodic, but really unique at the same time. So I really love what they're doing.
Okay, amazing. I can like then recommend those artists to my community.
Yes, and also we love that you like shine a spotlight on women in music.
That's very nice. Like it's funny because it's very much my personal obsession, like in general.
Yes,
And I
yeah.
like I like how sometimes people are like, "This is so good," and I'm like, "Yeah, just like women."
Well,
Love you too, Jonah. Don't worry, but yeah, I feel like
I think definitely it's kind of difficult to be a woman in like a male dominated industry. So, you know, I think we've only had maybe like one or two people interviewing us who are like women before. So even just that, it's so
That's true.
exciting. Yeah, it's so exciting to just like interact with other women, you know.
I'm
So
glad.
we love to see it. So thank you for having us on here.
Yeah,
Ah,
thank you.
thank
so
you
much.
for your time. Like I'm very excited because like people in my community really like you.
Yay.
I have a lot of the Warning fans, and they've kind of like a lot of them actually like really like got attached to you, and like even like in random posts I do in my community, like I was talking about sad songs, and everyone was mentioning your song Lace. So
Oh,
just know that in my community there's a lot of love for your band,
aw,
and people
thank
are
you.
really rooting for you. Like so,
Well, I'll have to do a deep dive on your
Yeah.
channel. I would love
don't
to
you
this
don't
up.
have to. Don't worry,
No,
but
I want to. I want to.
it's lots of reacts, and I try to do analysis when I have the time, but this is not my
Yeah,
job, so of course, like
right. Absolutely.
this is kind of like of course, like hoping for that, but are you guys ever like planning on, like, if you have the means one day, doing tours outside of like the North America?
Yes.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yes.
Definitely. You're one of the
Yes.
bands where I'm like, hopefully one day they come to Europe, please.
Yes. Oh, we
For
will
sure.
absolutely come to Europe sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where I know. Where are you based? If you don't mind
I
me.
live in Paris,
In Paris.
yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
That's amazing.
So I'm
Wow.
lucky I can just walk to all the shows. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we will definitely make our way to France one of these days. That'd be
Yes.
super cool.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you can speak French there.
Yes.
One final question, and then I will release you. I would like to know, like, for each of you, what's the song you're the most proud of having written?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that reaction.
No, that's a really good question. I like that.
Take
Thank
your
you.
time. Take your time.
I think I know your answers.
It's hard because like I need to think of the ones that are out.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think that like my favorite that I'm most proud of isn't out yet, but of the
Me
ones
too.
that are out yet, I think Hypothermia and Oubliette as well
Mm.
are both songs that I really love the vibes of both of them, and I'm just proud of having written those.
I think for me, probably VHS. That song is kind of most similar to the stuff I listen to. So I'm happy that we kind of experimented with heavier stuff.
I feel like, honestly, I might be Aurora. I think has to be.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, it has to be up there because, like, when I first wrote the drums for that song, I was like, damn.
Wait.
Just like when
I
I
ate
listened
that.
and like when I listened to the bridge the first time, like when all like the harmonies come in, like the gang
Strings.
vocals, it just I just got like, it was one of the only times I'd gotten like chills from listening to one of our songs. Like that happens sometimes to me, like when when like a really good part of a song comes on that I'm listening to like the first time, or maybe not, maybe it's just that good. But I just
like the semi
but I just get like chills, and I'm like, okay, now I know this one's a banger, because that happens,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
probably that song. Yeah.
I love that.
Okay,
Yeah.
very nice.
If you want to follow us on our journey and support us, you can find us at Freeze the Fall Band on any social media platform. We're most active on Instagram, but we also have a ton of YouTube of music videos out on YouTube. So that's a big platform for us as well.
Yeah.
Also joining our Patreon. That's like the biggest way to help us.
Mailing list as well.
Yeah, mailing list. And on our website, we also have a bunch of merch up. So you can find the
Check
merch
that
there.
out. Freeze the Fall Band.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're just so grateful for all the support. So
Yeah,
thank you, everybody.
thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. As the band has said, there are many ways to support them. Go follow them on Instagram. Go check out their website where you can find informations, where you can find their merch or buy their EP. In music, any form of support can go a long way. I will leave all the important links in my description. So if you want to go learn more about them, or you want to find the places to support them, go down below. I want to give a huge shout out to my amazing Patreons. Thank you so much for going the extra mile to support my channel. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you again to Aria, Quinn, and Jonah for taking the time to talk with me. They were Freeze the Fall. I was your host, Leo, and I will see you very soon. Bye!